Hank and Harry were identical twins, born with an unbreakable bond that had been forged since the day they entered this world. Growing up in the quiet town of Shanksville, Somerset County, Pennsylvania, they shared everything from toys to dreams. Their lives were intertwined, like two halves of a whole, and nothing could ever come between them. On a crisp autumn afternoon, the brothers decided to spend some quality time together at the local driving range. Hank and Harry were both avid golfers, and hitting balls on the green was their favorite way to unwind after a long week of work. As they teed up their first shots, little did they know that their peaceful afternoon would soon turn into a nightmare beyond their wildest imaginations. As the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting long shadows across the driving range, a strange and eerie sound pierced the air. Hank and Harry exchanged worried glances as they sensed a presence lurking in the shadows. Suddenly, out of the corner of their eyes, they caught a glimpse of fast-moving, hairy mutant beasts charging towards them with ferocious speed. Reacting instinctively, the brothers dropped their clubs and sprang into action. Hank, the older and more experienced of the two, reached for his trusty Marlin lever-action .45-70 rifle, while Harry drew his HK-45C handgun. The air filled with the deafening roar of gunfire as the brothers fought off the initial wave of hairy beasts, their hearts pounding with adrenaline. Realizing that they were outnumbered and outmatched, Hank and Harry knew they had to retreat to safety. Without a moment's hesitation, they sprinted towards Hank's white F-250 parked nearby. Jumping into the truck, Hank revved the engine and sped off down the dirt road, leaving a cloud of dust in their wake. As they raced through the countryside, the brothers could hear the guttural snarls and howls of the mutant beasts echoing in the distance. Determined to survive, they veered off the main road and onto an old logging trail that led deep into the heart of the dense woods. The rugged terrain proved to be a challenge for the F-250, and soon they hit a hidden stump, causing the truck to lurch to a sudden stop. With no time to lose, Hank and Harry leaped out of the vehicle, their weapons at the ready. The hairy beasts were closing in on them, their glowing eyes filled with malice and hunger. In a desperate bid for survival, the brothers stood back to back, their guns blazing as they fought off the relentless horde of mutant creatures. The forest rang with the sounds of gunfire and the anguished cries of the beasts as Hank and Harry held their ground, refusing to back down in the face of overwhelming odds. Through sheer determination and skill, the brothers managed to thin the ranks of their assailants, but the battle was far from over. As the last of the hairy beasts fell to the forest floor, Hank and Harry caught their breath, their bodies trembling with exhaustion and adrenaline. With the danger temporarily averted, the brothers knew they had to press on. Leaving the disabled F-250 behind, they set off on foot deeper into the woods, following the winding path of the old logging trail. The moon shone brightly overhead, casting an eerie glow on the gnarled branches and twisted roots that lined their path. Hours passed as Hank and Harry trekked through the dark and foreboding woods, their senses on high alert, every rustle of leaves and snap of twigs sending shivers down their spines. The canopy of trees overhead blocked out most of the moonlight, enveloping them in a cloak of darkness that seemed to swallow all sound and movement. Despite their physical exhaustion, the brothers pushed forward, fueled by a fierce determination to survive and find a way out of this nightmare. Hank led the way, his keen eyes scanning the shadows for any sign of danger, while Harry followed closely behind, his grip on his HK-45C unwavering. Suddenly, a low growl echoed through the forest, causing both brothers to freeze in their tracks. From the shadows emerged a massive hairy mutant beast, its glowing eyes fixed on the twins with predatory intent. This creature was different from the ones they had faced earlier, larger, more ferocious, and seemingly impervious to their weapons. Without hesitation, Hank and Harry opened fire, their bullets striking the beast's thick hide but causing little harm. The creature charged at them with lightning speed, its razor-sharp claws slashing through the air. In a split-second decision, the brothers split up, each drawing the beast's attention away from the other. Hank dodged and weaved through the trees, his Marlin rifle at the ready as he fired round after round at the beast. Meanwhile, Harry circled around to flank the creature, his HK-45C barking with lethal accuracy. The beast roared in pain and fury, its massive form towering over them like a nightmare come to life. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, Hank spotted a glint of metal embedded in a nearby tree. With a sudden burst of inspiration, he realized it was a hunting trap left behind by a long-forgotten trapper. Acting quickly, he lured the beast towards the trap, dodging its deadly attacks with skill and precision. As the creature lunged towards him, Hank leaped out of the way, causing the beast to step on the trap's trigger. With a deafening snap, the trap sprang shut, clamping down on the beast's leg with bone-crushing force. The creature let out a guttural scream of agony, thrashing and struggling to break free. Seizing the opportunity, Harry rushed forward, his HK-45C raised high. With a steady hand and a determined heart, he aimed for the beast's head and fired a single shot. The bullet struck true, finding its mark with deadly accuracy. The beast let out one final roar before collapsing to the forest floor, motionless and defeated. Exhausted but victorious, Hank and Harry stood side by side, their chests heaving with exertion. The night air was filled with the scent of gunpowder and blood, a grim reminder of the harrowing battle they had just endured. As the first light of dawn began to break through the trees, the brothers knew that they had emerged from this ordeal stronger and closer than ever before. Together, they walked out of the woods, their weapons still in hand, but their hearts lighter, knowing that they had faced their fears and conquered them. As they emerged back into the clearing of the driving range, the rising sun cast a warm glow on their faces, illuminating the unbreakable bond between them. And so, this tale of the brothers Hank and Harry ended with a victory. But was it the end?